Hi everyone, welcome back to WHU TV. My name is John, your host as always, and I hope you're all doing well and relaxed a little bit more after that ridiculous show on Sunday afternoon. This video is the preview of West Ham's first Carabao Cup game of the third round of the 22-23 league season, where we welcome Blackburn Rovers to the London Stadium this Wednesday evening, 7:45 kickoff, under the lights, not on any UK TV channel. As always, this video is sponsored by the channel sponsor, 3retro.com. Please click the link in the description below that will take you directly through to the West Ham section of their website, but as you can see from the icon that's up here, there's also Admiral and Umbro claret and blue track jackets, polo shirts, sweatshirts and t-shirts, so go check those out. Any purchases you make through the link in the description below, the commission that the channel would normally be getting, I'll be sending directly on to the charity Iron Supporting Food Banks, who are based in the Newham area, but helping those in the Newham area and also in the Essex County and slightly further afield as well, but those that are struggling to put food on their tables in these very difficult times. They've done some really good work over the last 2 to 3 years, so go grab yourself a really nice retro shirt, guys. You'll be saving between 5 and 15 quid depending on what you're purchasing in comparison to the club shop, and you'll be helping those that are less fortunate than you and I. Now, you and I would normally start off by talking about officials, but at the time of this recording, it looks like the Premier League and also the English Football League officials have been lazy and haven't got their information together yet. So even though that's probably be up tomorrow, but it doesn't really matter. The way I'm feeling at the moment, I don't give a shit who's in charge. We got bigger things to worry about than who the referee is. The last time we played Blackburn in the League Cup was 31st of October 2000, where we won 2-0 with goals from Suka and Di Canio in the second half, 17 minutes apart, playing against former Hammer Christian Daly in defence for Rovers at the time. Obviously, of course, that was the home game. Now, Blackburn Rovers' travels, shall we say, in these rounds have been very interesting. They beat Hartlepool 4-0 at home in the first round with goals from Wartom, I think you pronounce it, on the 32nd minute, Dak on the 47th, Dolan on the 51st, and Markanday on the 73rd minute. The second round, they beat Bradford City 2-1 away, despite going 1-0 down from Cook on the 18th minute, but that came back to equalise on the 31st minute, and Markanday scored on the 39th, so nothing going on in the second half. Both fixtures, manager John Dal Thomason has used a 4-2-3-1 in both games, so I'm guessing he's probably going to do exactly the same thing again, and I really am getting bored of saying this, because I am bored of seeing a 3-5, not seeing a 3-5-2. I'm bored of seeing Moyes' 4-2-3-1. I'm absolutely fucking sick of it. I'm on, like a lot of you guys, I'm getting on my end of my tether when it comes to Moyes. His decisions are he's stubborn. I know he's got a history of that. We know that. We talked about that in his previous stint. We've talked about him a few times over the last season or so as well. But things need to change. David Moyes has managed 48 games in the EFL Cup, winning 25, drawing 1 and losing 20. So not really good there, and he hasn't progressed any further than any of the semi-finals in any of the campaigns with Man United, with Sunderland, with Everton, with Preston, with us. I just don't get it. We haven't won anything, genuinely, bar a couple of playoff finals. We haven't won anything since the day I was born on the 10th of May 1980 when we beat Arsenal in the FA Cup. How can they not prioritise something for a club like this? It's ridiculous. I know we're going well in Europe and that's fantastic, but we need something domestically as well. We're well overdue, is the lack of the better way of putting it. Blackburn have won the League Cup back in the 2001-2002 season where they beat Spurs, but as I said, we haven't got anywhere close to a cup final, well, especially the League Cup final, since 80-81 season where we lost to Liverpool. Obviously, prior to after that, we got to the FA Cup this FA Cup final, but that's the FA Cup, so it's not relevant to this. And prior to the 80-81 final against Liverpool, last time we were in the League Cup final was the 65-66 season. So it's a long time coming, and I really hope things are starting to change. Blackburn are second in the Championship after 20 games, winning 12, drawing none, and losing 8. Apologies for the stammer there, guys. They've scored 24 goals so far and conceded just 19. Looking at all competitions, their highest goal scorer away from home is West Ham target Ben Brereton Diaz, Sam Gallagher and Sammy Skimox. Fucking no clue. Samodics. All three of those players have scored 2 goals each, and their highest goal scorer away from home is Ryan Hedges with 2 assists. Now, players to look out for other than these guys we've mentioned, no clue, to be honest with you. We haven't seen Blackburn since we played them in the FA Cup in 2006. They've been out of the Premier League for 12 years. It's very, very difficult to give an objective view on who we need to be looking out for. But as we all know, Blackburn hasn't really changed that much of their style of play over the years. They're still attacking down the left, still like to play with possession football with short passes. They like to attempt through balls often, and they are very strong at creating chances from those through balls. They are strong at creating chances through individual skill as well, finishing scoring chances and counter-attacks, and protecting the lead as well for that matter, but they are weak at defending counter-attacks, aerial duels, and are very weak at avoiding fouls in dangerous areas from what I've been looking at in the match reports and a few bits of details. Now, looking at injuries, midfielder Sam Barnes is out until mid-November due to a knee injury, so could he be back for this? Because by the time this game is coming in, it's around about the middle of the month. I don't think he will, but in any shape or form. But at midfielder Ashley Phillips, no relation in case anyone wants to say, is also out, but he's let out until late November with a leg injury. So again, I don't really know what that's going to do to the Blackburn side. If there's any Blackburn fans watching, Barmies, please do put your comments in the comment section. Let me know who your danger men in, who we need to keep an eye out for. You know, I mean, it's obviously no disrespect to not being arrogant or anything, but as a West Ham supporter, Blackburn are going to be more well aware of us because we're on telly a lot more than they are, and that's it. But in the meantime, guys, as always, let's turn over to the starting 11, and this is the starting 11 that I'm hoping we're going to get to see. It's never going to happen in a million years, you know. Of course, you know, we want to see some youngsters. We've got some very, very promising youngsters as well. Unfortunately, stuff coming out that which you know we've all pretty much kind of got this, to be honest with you, that it looks like we're losing Harrison Ashby by the end of the season. It really, really does. So I hope we sell him in the January transfer window to get something from him, because all the hard money and hard work that the academy has invested in him over the years. But again, that's something we're going to talk about in the World Cup break. But in the meantime, guys, this is the starting 11 that I'm hoping we're going to get to see, regardless of all the crap that's going on with contract renewals and all the rest of it. This is the starting 11 that I'm hoping we're going to see on Wednesday night. Areola in goal, with a back three of Kera, Zuma and Aguerd. Ashby and Skulls as the attacking fullbacks, with Fornals, Downs and Benrahma in midfield, supporting Mubama and Skamaka up front. Right, so guys, normally we would conclude the video in this, and I'll tell you to put your comments in the comment section, which I still want you to do, of course. I wouldn't, but I want to give you a bit of an insight into why I'm thinking of that starting 11. More specifically, this is more information that you get to see on the Patreon videos for the extended versions of the previews for the Premier League games. So if you enjoy what I do when I'm talking about this coming up, that section coming up, then by all means, please do become a Patreon. Links in the description below. £2.50 plus VAT, or £3 plus VAT a month. It's not difficult. It's cheaper than half a pint if you're living in London, or probably 2/3 of a pint if you're living elsewhere. It's really not a lot of money. I know every penny counts at the moment, but you don't have to wait to the start of the month to become a patron. You can start from any point of the month, and Patreon will charge you from that point of the month. But anyway, guys, this is what I'm talking about. Okay, so I knew to do that. Anyway, this is the starting 11 that I'm hoping that we're going to see. So let's go into a bit more detail. So of course I've put Areola in goal. I've been championing him to be in goal for the last season and a half, quite frankly. I really have. Aguerd, I think, should play against Blackburn. I think it'd be really, really good test for his injury and also his ability. Likewise with Kera as well. I know Kera came under a lot of stick for the fact that he's given away 5 goals this season. He hasn't. First goal that he gave away at the start of the season was Zuma's fault against Man City, causing that penalty. Zuma was useless in that build-up to that. And also, there's 2 or 3 you can give him away, but the Palace goal was Craig Dawson's fault. absolutely 100% Craig Dawson's fault. It's, yes, Kehrer should be doing better with it because he's a seasoned professional and international as well for that matter, but it's 95% Dawson's fault. I don't think he had a good game on Sunday against Palace anyway. But anyway, let's go back. So hopefully Kehrer will be, I think is a great idea. Zuma was immense against Palace on Sunday. I don't think Moyes is going to pick him, but I'm picking him because I don't want Craig Dawson there in any shape or form. I don't think he might be Ogbonna in his place, which would be fine. But for me personally, I think we need that that three. I think that will really, really work. And against Blackburn is going to be a great example of that. Now, as I mentioned, Harrison Ashby, I want him at right back or right wing back, whichever way you want to look at it, because obviously he can bomb down here as well for that matter. Likewise with Skulls as well for that matter. He played really, really well in the League Cup, and I think the Europa Conference League, and I think he will do absolutely outstanding work against Blackburn. Now, one of the reasons why is because he is naturally a defensive midfielder, but he's been playing at centre back and he can play left back as well for that matter. We all know how great he was, as I said, against FCSB on Thursday. So, but what I'm hoping we can do is we can have something that looks a little bit more like this. I know before everybody screams, yes, Kehrer is not a right back. He's a defender, centre back. Exactly, I agree with you. But at the same point, I do think. Let's give Ashby a bit of a go. Let's give Downs about sitting in the defensive midfield position, so we've got it more like that sort of setup. I really, really do think, because again, we've got the formation to do it. We can have Mubama, who I think should really be in the starting 11 on Wednesday night. We could have it set up like that as well. For that matter, as I say, we could have it even set up as that. We could have Fornals in and around there. We could have Ben Rama tracking in, doing, again, swapping over. I know Fornals isn't brilliant out on the wing, we all know that, but Ben Rama's brilliant in the number 10. So the two of them can swap round in the positions. As I say, I do think we should be having Downs in the starting 11. Skulls absolutely deserves it as well for that matter. I really, really think it'd be a good test of his character, as will be for Ashby and Mubama for those guys in there. Other than that, in my personal opinion, I think I've gone pretty strong. But guys, as always, put your comments in the comment section below. Let me know what you're thinking on it. Do you agree with that starting 11? If you don't, that's fine. Let me know your starting 11. What formation do you want? Should we go out on a 4-4-2? Should we go out on a 4-2-3-1? Should we go out? I hope not. Should we go out in a 4-1-3-1? Sorry, 4-1-3-2, as I've kind of intimated at that. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. I'm really, really intrigued. I always want to know. If anybody's watching this as a premiere, put your comments in the chat, and I'll be interested to see what you guys are saying. But in the meantime, guys, look after yourselves. Take care. We will be having the full-time thoughts on Wednesday evening, Thursday morning as well, for that matter. So, and of course, the preview for the Leicester game. That'll be going up. I'll be going up on Thursday as early as I possibly can, because obviously I'll be working from home. I'm still working from home, I should say. But in the meantime, guys, look after yourselves. Take care. Please, please do relax. There's bigger things coming, and we just know it. Sunday is, for a lot of people, was the straw that broke the camel's back. But we'll go into that at another point. But in the meantime, guys, look after yourselves. Thank you very much for your time. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. Like this video if you've enjoyed it. And as I say, please do share this content with anybody else that you feel may want to watch it. And I'll see you really soon. All the best now. Take care.